Genghis Khan, whose real name was Temujin, was born around 1162 on the harsh steppes of Mongolia. His father, Yesugei, was the leader of a small tribe called the Borjigin and had envisioned a significant destiny for Temujin, arranging his engagement to a girl from a neighboring tribe to solidify alliances. However, fate was not kind to Temujin and his family. At the age of 9, his father was poisoned by enemies from the Tatar tribe, an event that drastically altered the course of Temujin's life. Following Yesugei's death, their tribe abandoned for themselves. Temujin, his mother, and his siblings faced the brutal forces of nature alone, surviving in modest huts and relying on hunting and foraging to stay alive. When he started uniting the fragmented Mongol tribes, his goal was not merely survival or revenge. Childhood filled with tragedy, Temujin began his journey toward realizing his grand dream: uniting the warring Mongol tribes. At the time, Mongolia was rife with conflicts among small tribes, living in perpetual chaos under competing leaders. In 1186, Temujin declared himself the leader of his tribe and began challenging powerful tribes like the Tatars and the Merkits. He relied on innovative military tactics, such as rapid movements and surprise attacks, and leveraged the flexibility of his army. He showed mercy to those who surrendered and punished those who defied him, earning a reputation as a strong yet just leader. After Genghis Khan became the leader of all the Mongol tribes in 1206, he began looking beyond the borders of Mongolia. His ambition was not only to unite his people, but also to build a great empire that would span across the continents of the Old World. The first target for Genghis Khan was China, which at the time was one of the wealthiest and most advanced regions in the world. In 1211, he launched an attack on the Jin dynasty in northern China. He relied on his brilliant military tactics, such as using his swift cavalry to carry out lightning raids and besieging cities with advanced siege weapons. He to control northern China, looting its capital, Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing. After China, he turned his focus westward, specifically to Central Asia, which was ruled by small khanates and emirates constantly embroiled in conflict. In 1218, Genghis Khan sent a diplomatic mission to the Khwarezmian Empire, which controlled large parts of Iran and Central Asia. However, when the Khwarezmian Shah killed the Mongol envoys, Genghis Khan responded with brutal force. He waged a relentless war on the empire, conquering major cities such as Bukhara and Samarkand, using military tactics based on fear and surprise. The Mongols showed unprecedented cruelty, destroying cities that refused to surrender as a lesson to others. After the fall of the Khwarezmian Empire, the Mongols continued to expand their territory, reaching Persia, Iraq, and parts of the Caucasus. The Mongol invasion was not just a military operation, but was accompanied by a strong administrative system. Genghis Khan appointed local governors to manage the conquered lands, but kept a close watch on them to ensure their loyalty. He opened trade routes such as the Silk Road, facilitating the flow of goods and ideas between the East and the West. Genghis Khan was not just a military conqueror, but also a brilliant administrator. After expanding his territories, he worked to organize the Mongol Empire. He established a legal system known as the Yasa, laying down strict rules. He divided the empire into administrative units governed by trusted leaders, while ensuring central authority remained in his hands. He encouraged religious tolerance, allowing all religions to practice freely within the empire. Genghis Khan relied on the principle of terror to achieve peace. He would send messaging vast areas of Asia, the Middle East, and Europe.